in your He's helped thousands of people in your profession just accomplish more with what they're doing, help more people, add more value to their clients and to their buyers. He's actually been featured in Success from Home magazine, and he's had the #1 team in our company for 15 years. And so I'm just going to get myself out of the way, introduce our Regional Vice President Platinum, Mr. Jeff Street. So Jeff, the call is all yours.
Well, Lauren, thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind words. And guys, I got a chance to meet Lauren on a Zoom call, literally just like this, about 14 or 15 months ago. She was a square on the screen, and that's the first time that we got a chance to connect. And today, I consider Lauren to be a close friend, an amazing business partner, somebody that's an incredible leader. Matter of fact, last year, Lauren, in her first year with our company, was #8 in all of North America in the company at her position. And she just has a passion for helping people. Matter of fact, her and I were actually interviewed on a podcast together yesterday, talking about breaking the mold, talking about disrupting the norm. And she was so powerful on that podcast yesterday. But if we could, guys, let's give her a big virtual round of applause for getting the call started here today. And a little bit about myself. I took a look about what I'm about to share with you guys 18 years ago at a point in my life when I was frustrated doing what I was doing. Can anybody relate to that at all? And I was a small business owner by trade. I used to own a bunch of Nextel wireless stores, and I made a good living, but every month I had to start over again. I would have a really good month, and then the next month I would start over again at 0. Can anybody relate to that? And when somebody told me there was a way that I could start to incorporate a model into my existing business and start to create residual income, start to create reoccurring revenue, my ears were perking up. Matter of fact, they said, listen, you can turn your referrals into revenue. See, what I'm going to show you guys here today is going to be found revenue for many of you, because many of you are going to say, I'm already doing this anyway. I'm just not getting compensated for these referrals. If you're in the real estate space, if you're in the insurance space, if you're in the financial professional space, many of you are already referring out these services anyway, but not capturing the revenue from the referrals. So how many of us just like the idea of turning referrals, not just into revenue, but turning referrals into ongoing residual income revenue? How many of us like that? And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to really talk for the first couple minutes to those of you guys that are in the real estate space, whether that means you're a real estate closer like Raquel, who just gave me the thumbs up. Thanks, Raquel. Or whether that means you're a property management company, a title company, whether you're in the mortgage space, whether you're a real estate broker, an investor, or even a single agent. This is something that can really go out and add value to your clients, make their move-in experience easier while creating that reoccurring revenue stream for yourself long after the transaction is over. So what I'm going to show you guys is something that I call the digital utility concierge service. And what I mean by that is it's a platform, it's an online platform that each of us would have that's branded to us. You can see me and my wife there. My corporation is Rockstar Global Enterprises. So it's got our company name and then a picture of my wife and I on the top of it. Your portal would look just like this. It would just have your picture or your company logo on it and your information instead of ours. But let's say somebody's moving into a property, and let's say they're interested in high-speed internet access. I think probably there's many people on the call that give a sheet out at closing. Here's who you call to get your internet, set up. So imagine instead of giving that sheet out, you just sent them a digital link that went right here to a portal for Spectrum or a portal for AT&T, and they can search to see what's available in their particular area. There's a map that shows all the different markets that Spectrum is available. And all that somebody would do is write on your digital concierge service, put in their property address, click on search. It's going to show them what the best deals are that are available in their area. And if they like what they see, they pick a package and they sign up on your website without ever having to call and speak to somebody. And they'll schedule the day and schedule the time for their installation to take place. And imagine then as they pay their internet bill each month, imagine you earning a residual income, a percentage of that bill month after month after month, because you sent them a link for something that they were going to need to get anyway, and something you most likely were going to refer to them anyway. Now, I know that there's some people here that are in insurance. I know there's many of you that are in property and casualty that do homeowners policies. This is something for you. Also for, again, the agents and the brokers that are on the call, I want to share with you guys about our partner with home security. And for anybody that writes a homeowners policy, I know because my wife used to be a State Farm agent, that every time that you write a policy, you ask every client, do you have home security? And the reason you ask that question is if the answer is yes, then you can give them a discount on their homeowner's policy. If the answer is no, imagine saying, hey, listen, let me send you a link. Feel free to look around. There's some great promotions. See, we always want to add value to our clients. And right now with our partner, Vivint Smart Home Security, you can see buy a camera, get an indoor camera for free, $100 gift card for the customer, 2 months of free monitoring service, free installation, free activation. You're adding massive value for the customer. They take a look at the portal, they look to see what's here, and if they like what they see, they dial that 877 number. Your phone doesn't ring, neither does mine. We get to stay in our lane, but again, we're turning referrals into revenue. A Vivint rep picks up the phone, they'll give that customer of yours a quote, customize it to them, and if they like what they hear, they sign them up as your customer. Now, some of you guys are probably having the ADT rep call you 10 times a week. Hey, if you refer me your customers, I'll give you a $200 gift card. Now, what would you rather have? A $200 gift card or 20%, up to 20% of the commissionable revenue of the home security bill every month that they're a customer? The average smart home security customer is on the service for 10.5 years. Imagine a 10.5 year residual income that you get every month from a one-time send of a link to somebody that was interested in home security. Another service I want to talk about real quick is natural gas and electricity. Many of you are in the 19 states that we offer natural gas and electricity in, almost all the Northeast of the country, the Midwest, Texas, California. There's 19 states where we're offering natural gas and electricity. Now, obviously, that is the yin and yang with real estate. Everybody needs utilities set up when they move into a property. So this is something that's great for new buyers that are moving into a property, new tenants that are moving into a property, but this is something also extraordinary for those of you that want to go back to your existing clients. I know we've got Devin on the call today. We did a call like this for the Dave Jones real estate team in Connecticut just the other day, and we had about, I think, 25 or 30 of their agents on the call, and we were talking about multiple touch points. Going back to previous clients. See, everybody in real estate that has a coach is always asking their coach, how do I reconnect more with my clients? Now, in the state of Connecticut, they just announced this week that on May 1st, everybody's electric rates are going up by 19%. Now, imagine if that was your client and you could give them a call and say, hey, listen, I wanted to reach out to you. I heard about this on the news. We recently started our own digital concierge service as a brokerage, and I wanted to reach back out to you as a valued client because I can help you lock in a rate where that when May 1st comes around, you're not affected by the increase that's happening. And what's exciting is you can just put in their zip code. I think my browser might be going a little bit slow here today. Oh, here we go. Lauren, can you give me a zip code in Connecticut from where you used to live, if you remember?
Yeah, 06420.
So we just put in a zip code, click on see your rates, and it's going to show us what's available in that area. You can see right now, we have a rate that is 13% less than what the current rate is in that area, but they can also now call their previous clients and say, not only can we lock in a rate 13% less than what you're paying right now, but you're not going to be subject to that 19% increase that's happening in May. That's a 32% savings for their client. How many agree that's massive value getting back in touch with those customers? That's more referrals, that's more listings, that's adding value to your client base. Now, the company that we do this through, as well as our flagship product, Impact Health Sharing, that you're going to hear about in a minute, is a company I've been with now for 18 years. They are the world's largest direct seller of telecommunications, home services, and energy, and it's a company by the name of ACN. Now, ACN does business all throughout North America. ACN has been in business for 31 years now. They've done billions of dollars in revenue, helping millions of people around the world get connected to essential services. Now, the services that we offer, some of them I already talked about, but we also offer wireless, where we work with companies like AT&T, Spectrum, T-Mobile. Lauren actually told me today that she saved over $100 a month on her cell phone bill. We also offer television with DirecTV, Dish Network, Direct Streaming TV. Our flagship product, Impact Health Sharing, that's something that can be amazing for all of us as entrepreneurs. I'll cover that in a minute. But we also offer credit card processing, where we help business owners save money. We have identity theft protection insurance, a phenomenal product for lenders. It's called ID Seal. It's like LifeLock, Norton Antivirus, and Credit Karma all wrapped up into one. And it's 20% less than LifeLock. And we also have a really great discounted travel program for people that love to travel. But our flagship product is something called Impact Health Sharing. And this is something that's a true disruptor. This is the reason Lauren and I got interviewed on that podcast yesterday, is because we are, I believe, breaking the mold and disrupting something that's a very broken health insurance industry that's not very friendly at all for those of us that are self-employed. How industry, if you own a business, you're self-employed in America, you're probably paying a lot of money on health insurance. So we work with a nonprofit company called Impact Health Sharing, where they're taking community and technology and putting it together. And we have something that I believe just works better and it feels better than traditional insurance. Matter of fact, we're saving individuals, families, and small businesses 30 to 70% on their healthcare costs through a nonprofit, concept, where we are the first healthcare sharing company to be ethics-based instead of religious-based, and we are the most contemporary and modern version of healthcare sharing today. Matter of fact, I heard a stat the other day, over 70% of real estate professionals don't have any health insurance, and how industry, a lot of that is because the cost is so high. There's also a lot of people that are in real estate that are also still working a job because they're tied to the golden handcuffs of benefits, and it's preventing them to go full-time as an entrepreneur. So with traditional health insurance, there's high monthly premiums. With Impact, we're saving individuals, families, small businesses 30 to 70%. With traditional insurance, typically, there's a high deductible per family member. With Impact, we have one combined family deductible for the whole family called a primary responsibility amount, as low as $2,500 for the year. On top of that, our members can choose their network. You can go to any doctor you want, anywhere in the country. Total freedom. We have the best wholesale prescription pricing in the industry. We have lower copays, lower provider fees, 24/7 free unlimited telemedicine. And even migrants that are getting their citizenship, they can actually become an Impact member as well if they have a legal government ID and an ITIN number from Mexico, Guatemala, Canada, or the US. Here's a quick little 1-minute video that just really helps you guys have a better understanding of the power of what healthcare sharing is all about. But before I play the video, I know Howard here had a background in wealth management. I know Carla here is an insurance agent. And Carla, I know there's people that call you up and say, hey, do you offer health insurance? Now, hey, listen, I offer healthcare sharing. Let me send you a link so you can get a quote. Imagine those of you that are in the financial space. Imagine personally, my wife and I, we save $7,600 a year going from Blue Cross Blue Shield to Impact. How could you help us repurpose that money? How could you help us roll that into a whole life policy or an infinite banking strategy? The possibilities are really endless with Impact and what it can do for all of us and also our clients. Here's a quick 1-minute video, and then I'm going to show you guys how we make money doing this.
Healthcare spending made up 5% of total U.S. GDP in 1960. In 2020, spending hit almost 20%.
National polls show Americans believe healthcare prices and drug costs are among their top pocketbook concerns.
Over the past 20 years, the runaway cost of health insurance has outpaced earnings and inflation, leaving our families with less freedom and less money. Families, small businesses, and individuals alike are struggling to find a way to pay for the health care they can't seem to afford. So how are we going to solve this problem? All over the world, technology is changing the way people and society connect and interact. The result? Countless industries are disrupted. But while the rest of the world has changed, insurance and the way we pay for healthcare remains broken and largely the same. What if there was a way we could all pay for healthcare that simply worked better and felt better than insurance? Well, today there is. We are Impact Health Sharing. We are a network of families, individuals, business owners, and small entrepreneurs who want to see the old way of doing things change. We use technology to connect tens of thousands of individuals and families across the nation to simply share and pay each other's medical bills. Old problems can be solved when people come together to leverage their sense of community with technology to control the cost of healthcare. Go to impacthealthsharing.com for more info.
Love that video. Guys, we make money 4 different ways. Number one is they pay you a bonus every month by referring these services to your website. Now, a service is not a person, it's a bill. So let's say that Carolyn, you're moving a new homeowner into a property and they want electricity, internet, and home security. That's 3 services right there, even though it's one person. Let's say a small business has 10 employees they want healthcare for. That's 10 services, even though it's one business. I just helped a property management company earlier on this month switch over 87 electricity bills. Guys, that's 87 services, even though it's one property management company. So these services can add up really quickly, and so can the bonuses. So any month that somebody refers 5 services, it's a $200 bonus. 8 in a month is $400, 11 is $600, plus an additional $200 for every 3 services afterwards, and there's no limit to it. But the reason I got started is residual income. See, ACN will pay us up to 20% of the commissionable revenue of a customer's bill month after month, year after year, for the life of them being a customer. Now think about it for a minute. Anybody here that's in real estate, I want you to think about all of your clients over the last handful of years. What if every client that you moved into a property over the last 5, 10 years, for some of you, 20 for some of you, what if you were still earning a percentage today on the electricity bill of every single property that you helped the client move into? Natural gas in some cases, internet, home security. How many of us would be less concerned with what interest rates are right now? And think about it. Imagine something so simple as adding an extra 5 to 10 minutes per client just to help them get set up for these services. Imagine that work still pays you 10 years from now from a 5 to 10 minute extra time spent with each client that now also is giving you more 5-star Zillow reviews. And it's another tool in your toolbox where you can add value to that client on something you're already doing anyway. Now, the third piece of this is building a team. Some of you are just going to want to use this as a tool in your toolbox to help your clients to create that residual income for yourself. Others are seeing a bigger picture like I did. Other people are thinking, man, I know somebody that, has the title company that could be great at this. I know somebody that own cell phone stores like Jeff used to do. I know somebody that does this. I know somebody that does that. Can I introduce them to this business as well? And the answer is yes, you can build a team and we'll help you do it. And anybody that gets started and joins your team, you earn a 4% overriding residual income on all the customers gathered by the representatives in your team, month after month, year after year, for the life of them being a customer. 18 years into doing this, today, my wife and I get paid on tens of thousands of customers throughout North America, and we just plugged into a simple system. Now, to get started as an independent business owner, it's $299 one time for somebody to get set up, launch their platform, to start, own, and operate their own ACN business. And the only operating cost at all is $25 a month. They set up the website, they host it, they update it, they do all the customer service. How many of us have more money in for sale signs sitting in our garage than it costs to start this business? And I'm sure the answer is probably a whole lot of us. And let me just show you guys one last piece. When it comes to the website, I want to show you guys how simple it is to go out and give somebody a quote on healthcare. So right on your same portal, you can just choose Impact Health Sharing. Nobody needs a license. It's something you're just sending in a referral. It's incredibly simple. And all we need to give somebody a quote is the date of birth of the oldest person in the family. So here's mine, March 30th, 1979, family of 2, hit get quote. I used to have Blue Cross and Blue Shield for my wife and I, paying just under $1,000 a month. When we switched over to Impact, we picked a plan that was $364 a month. That put almost $8,000 a year back in our family's budget. Now, what if you were my financial planner? You know, what if you were my life insurance agent and you did that for me? How excited would I be about working with you and referring additional business to you? The answer is very. Now, if somebody likes what they see, all they do is they scroll up, they hit enroll now. It only takes them a couple minutes to become a customer. Their coverage begins the first day of the next month. But if somebody says, hey, I'm interested, I have questions, we don't need to be healthcare experts. All we do is click request info and fill in somebody's name, email, and phone number, click request info. Somebody from Impact Health Sharing will reach out to your potential customer, answer any of the questions they have, and if they like what they hear, they sign them up as your customer. How many screen? Really, really simple process, right? And our team has been the #1 team worldwide in this company for 15 years in a row because of our systems. And there's a few people that I saw on this call that I'd love to have them share, you know, who they are and how long they've been doing this and how they've applied this into their business. First person is Jeff Rincon. And, you know, Jeff, I would love to have you share a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Mr. Street. I appreciate you. So just my quick share. My name is Jeffrey Cohn. We actually been involved in the real estate industry since '96. We started as a real estate agent when we were 19. We've been investing since '97. And we've owned many real estate businesses like brokerage, law firms, attorney as well, and construction. And we went through 2008. So when we saw this was in 2013, very simply applied, meaning that we had a bunch of bills. Some of the bills for the common areas would be $15,000 total for the winter time in the winter months. And when we saw this, it was a no-brainer. Rather get paid on the bills that I'm paying than not. And then ultimately we applied it in most things that we do in real estate. So we applied it in our brokerage offices. Every agent that did a sale, instead of just getting paid the commission as a broker and leaving it like that, now once we were shown this, we were able to get paid on the bills for those buyers and those tenants. And today we get paid on I say mass quantity, but like about 10,000 customers over just the network and a lot of the deals that happened in the past as well. And besides growing network, so we've applied so many ways that it's so powerful, and it's all due to training support of ACN and the Rockstar system.
Buddy, I appreciate your story. And guys, how many are sure Jeff sold his real estate brokerage? Still getting paid today on properties on a brokerage that he sold years ago. Matter of fact, you know, those agents are still using the concierge service today. Jeff no longer has the brick and mortar. Jeff no longer has the overhead, but Jeff today has thousands and thousands of customers that he's getting paid on. Now, really awesome for Jeff, but think about this. What if you were the person that introduced Jeff? How many of you would like to have Jeff on your team and be able to earn that 4% override? See, somebody invited him to a meeting like this. Now, some of you work with folks that are in the commercial space, small business owners, and you might be wondering, how does this work for big bills? We've got, you know, AB Gabor here, a good buddy of mine, a successful small business owner. I want you guys to hear how he's not in, you know, real estate, but owned a bunch of businesses, and listen to how this worked for him.
Thank you very much, Mr. Street. Great presentation as always. So AB Gabor, I owned multiple supermarkets in the metropolitan New York area. So just to let you know, a supermarket takes up a lot of these bills we have to pay for every month. $15,000 a month per store per month for electric. You know, obviously we were able to save on the bills through our partnership with Zoom Energy, but not only that, getting paid back on those bills every month, turning liabilities into assets. By the way, one of the benefits for working for me was I paid for my employees for their health care. I did a census with Impact Health Sharing. I would, instead of paying, it was $1,000 a month for 25 employees, $300,000 annual expense turned into less than $150,000. And not only before I was just doing this for them as singles, and I said they have to pay for their families, that $150,000, those 25 employees, I got to cover their families as well. And they get to go to any doctor they want. So that's just the savings part, you know. On top of it, you get paid, liabilities into assets. Brilliant concept. Thank you for letting me share.
I appreciate your story. And, you know, on multiple supermarkets, $15,000 per electric bill. You know, a lot of money. He was paying $300,000 annually for healthcare for, you know, 25 employees, was able to cut his healthcare cost in half, plus added his employees' families onto those plans. How much agree that's massive value as an employer to your employees. He's also getting paid on those electric bills, the credit card processing bills. But think about this. Somebody invited him to a meeting like this. He said, I want to do it. I want to get paid in my own bills. How many of you would like to earn a small percentage of all those healthcare and all those big electric bills and credit card processing bills because you invited somebody to take a look at something? You know, the last person I want to have share is Lauren. And I know Lauren opened up the call, but Lauren, I'd love to have you share, you know, from a real estate perspective, but then also, you know, from an impact healthcare perspective, you've been able to help a lot of other real estate professionals implement the concierge service, but you've been able to help a lot of small businesses on the healthcare side as well. And maybe if you could just share about your husband's company and a little bit more about your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, I can't speak on the real estate aspect and ACN because I didn't know about ACN when I was in that industry, unfortunately. But in new home sales, I made so many connections with realtors, with people, you know, in the insurance and financial professional industries. And I've been able to share this with them, and they see this and they're like, this is a no-brainer. But when it comes to Impact Health, my husband actually owns a roofing company. They're in 8 different states. They have a handful of W-2 employees and over 400 1099 employees. And prior to Impact Health, the company was never offering any type of health care to their W-2 employees because it was just so expensive. And so now they're able to cover their employees, which is a huge blessing to them. But then over 70% of their 1099 employees had no type of health care. Now, these are guys and girls like roofing sales. They're getting up on roofs doing inspections, right? And so luckily, we've been able to share this with them as an opportunity for them to finally be able to afford healthcare. So we've had a large handful of people, you know, get on Impact Health and really just blown away with the coverage they get. And we've helped so many other small businesses as well. There was actually a church in the Northeast in New Hampshire that they switched 9 staff members over from traditional insurance to Impact Health, and it saved the church $120,000 per year by switching those 9 staff members over. So imagine as a church what that church can do with an extra $120,000. So been with ACN for going on 15 months now, have acquired about 3,300 customers that use the services every single month. And it's just been a huge blessing for my husband and I. So appreciate you letting me share, Jeff.
Well, love hearing you share. And guys, how many streets somebody invited her to a meeting? How many of us wish that Lauren was in your team? 3,300 customers, 15 months later. But how many of us know, how many of us refer people, how many of us refer out a roofing company? If you live in Texas, I know you're referring multiple people, you know, to roofing companies with the hailstorms we get here. But think about that. Her husband owned a roofing company. They saved a tremendous amount of money on healthcare. You know, there's so many different opportunities to integrate this to your business and the conversations you're already having. Again, this is about turning referrals into residual income revenue. And lastly, we have a system. Our team has been the #1 team worldwide in this company for many years. And this Saturday morning, we're going to be doing a training on Zoom, teaching people how to implement this, how to get a customer, how to use the website, how to talk to people, what to say, and definitely get back to the person who invited you on the call and find out about the next training so you can learn the process. Now, we're going to open up some breakout rooms here in a second, but I want to also mention, you guys, our 2024 national convention is going to be coming up actually in 15 days in Dallas, Texas, where every vendor that we have is going to be there, the co-founders, thousands of people from all of North America, and it's something that would put someone 6 months ahead of the average person. So guys, we do this call every Thursday. We'll love having the opportunity to meet folks that you know, help educate them on this platform, and help to turn those referrals into residual revenue. So God bless everybody. We're going to open up some breakout rooms with the individuals that invited you onto the call, and we look forward to building something significant together.
Jeff, I made a breakout room for you and Howard.
I've got a couple of friends on here. I don't know if they've got us in a room for Brooke and Cece and Dr. John and Jane. see. Dr. John, can you lead us?
I'm not able to lead. I'm
Okay,
busy, but I can listen.
Let's see if Miss Jane can pop in. And she may not be able to too, but my name is Brooke Witcher, and I am with I am in a real estate business in the central Mississippi area, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be a part of this amazing company. Already, we've been involved with the company for just less than 2 months, about 6 weeks now, and we already have about 25 team members and 3 times that many customers, and so it's growing and people are very excited about it. So let's see if anybody has any questions about what they just experienced, what they just saw. See, I see Ruby and Renault and Eagle Investment. Anyone have any questions? Well, the very next thing to do, if you're not already an IBO or an independent business owner with ACN, would be to contact the person that invited you to preview this opportunity and give them a feel of what you see, how you see this could benefit you. Perhaps you are ambitious and you want to build a team and really hedge your future against the ups and downs of the market, like I did, and we can get you started. And we've got full training and support all the way through. Otherwise, perhaps there's something in there that you see that you would like to benefit from as a customer, and we can help you with that too. So with that, Eagle, did you have any questions? I know John and Jane, they're good. All right, well, since might not be able to speak, I understand that too. So we will go ahead and end the call now. And if you have any questions, feel free to get back in touch with me, and I can get you with the person that helped you. And I'm at 601-497-1836. Thank you.